Welcome, Incorrigible Lights, to another one-shot, and the five of us have the privilege of being players all together, which happens incredibly rarely. We have been joined by the eponymous Paula Deming. Thank you, Paula. How are you doing?
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm fine. Yay!
Welcome.
I'm so excited.
We're all very excited. Thank you for joining us, offering your time, and putting up with us. We'll just put that sorry at the very beginning.
Yes.
Sorry.
We've been talking about this for a long time, and it's on me that it didn't happen sooner. So I think we're even. I think you put up with me, I'm putting up with you. It's all working out.
Wait till the end.
Yeah, you might want to wait to decide on that.
Yeah. It's okay. I will just kill all of your characters. So do whatever you want.
Right.
You are squishy and you will die or go insane.
Yeah, we've made it easy for you because we're already 3/4 of the way there to insane.
Well, if you would, please go ahead and plug anything for yourself that you would love to off the bat. You'll certainly get a chance at the end, of course. But I'll just kind of hand it over to you to take the reins.
Yeah, sure. Well, hi, listeners. Hello, listeners. My name is Paula Deming, and if you don't know me, I make board game sketch comedy called Things Get Dicey. I am a cast member of the board game comedy podcast, This Game is Broken. And if you like TTRPG stuff, which you're here, so you do, you can also find me playing in a variety of games with the Glass Cannon Network, specifically Pathfinder, which is that's something.
Is a thing.
It sure is crunchy, but I do like it.
The listeners that don't like TTRPGs are just like our moms and stuff, so.
That's nice. That's nice that they listen.
And Matthew Jude.
Hi, Mom. And Matthew Jude likes TTRPGs.
He likes TTRPGs.
I thought he just came from me.
You should make him come and run something for you guys. He's a great DM.
That would be fun.
He was a fun guest to have, for sure. Except for the time when he didn't show up.
See, you know
we're not
what?
supposed to
What's
say that.
worse, when he didn't show up or me
When he did.
not responding for 2 years to us scheduling something?
It's neck and neck, I feel like. I don't know.
But it worked out better that Matthew didn't show up at first, because then that character became a bigger character than he otherwise would have been. And Matthew's character was better suited to him anyway, that he ended up playing.
We would have
So-
had to have him back on
This is
multiple
true.
times, and he would have not
Would have been a
showed
whole
up all
thing.
the time.
I genuinely remember when that happened. Like, I have a memory of him messaging me and being like, oh no, I got it wrong. I got the day wrong.
That's too funny.
Good times.
But yeah, we are here to play Call of Cthulhu, which is published by Chaosium, and it is role-playing in the world of H.P. Lovecraft. It uses their basic role-playing system, which basically means we're going to be rolling percentile dice in this game. So you should have, hopefully, two D10s, one hopefully that has the 10s on it, and one that has single digits.
I have ones that have little octopuses in them.
That is so perfect for Call of Cthulhu. The more tentacles, the better.
That's how I live my life.
That's how I live life. So there's... All right, we're already, interrupting her. All right.
So on your character sheets, you have a list of skills. And the way the skills are listed are basically your percentage chance of succeeding. So let's say you have a 75 in spot hidden. That means you're really good at investigating it, finding things that people wouldn't normally find. You have a 75% chance of succeeding. So whatever that number is next to whatever skill you're looking at, and you've got a wide variety on your sheet there, when I ask you to make a check, you'll roll your D10s, and then you want to roll under whatever's there. So right now I have rolled a 60 on my 10s dice and a 6 on my single digits. So that would be a 66 under 75. I've succeeded in my spot hidden. You'll also find on your character sheet, for those of you listening at home, there's 2 other numbers there. I believe it's a half amount and a fifth amount of what your percentage is. And that basically means if you roll under the half amount, then that's a hard success. And if you roll under that smallest number, 1/5 of your chance of succeeding, that's an extreme success. So you will get more information or extra special things will happen. Or sometimes you're trying to do something and I'm like, that's just so unlikely you're going to be able to do that. I'm going to require you to roll a hard or an extreme success. Now, if you fumble, so that's like rolling a natural 1 in D&D. A fumble is usually if you roll a 100. So if you roll and you get all zeros, that's a 100. That's a fumble. Something really bad happens. If you have less than 50% in any of your stats, then I think it's like a 98, 99, or a 100 as a fumble. So those are bad things. If you fail your roll, you can do a couple of things. One, you can push your roll. Basically, this means you try again. You're like, no, okay, this is really important. I'm going to try again. Here's how I'm justifying trying again, the extra effort I'm putting in. And then you roll again. And if you fail that time, no matter what it is, any failure on a push roll basically counts as like a fumble because you've put in the extra effort. So there's a little risk you can take. You also have luck. I believe none of you actually have luck, a luck stat on your sheet. Oh, perfect. If you haven't yet, then you roll 3d6, multiply that result by 5, and that's your luck points for your character. Now, sometimes I might ask you, you might be like, ooh, can I find something random in this room? I'm like, well, let's see. Are you lucky? Roll against your luck stat. But you can also spend luck points to convert failures to successes. So in the example before, if I had a 75 in spot hidden and I rolled an 80, but I really want to make it, I can spend 5 of my luck points to make that a 75, and now I've succeeded. You deduct that from your luck stat. So now, if I ask you to test your luck, you have to roll a lower number than before because you spent 5 of your points. So that's how luck works. There are some situations where you can't use luck. I'll let you know when that comes up. The other thing I think worth talking about, one is look, in D&D we're heroes, right? We are kind of like out to save the world. That's the idea. We're having a bit of a power fantasy in a game like D&D, often. In Call of Cthulhu, you are normal people. You are just regular old people.
So we're going to have to roleplay.
Yeah, my equipment, by the way, is like a freaking notebook and a pocket knife. So I figured we're normal.
You're pretty normal people. You have like, let's see, your hit points might be like 10.
Yeah, that's what mine are.
That's not that many. So if you come up against things you want to fight, this is the kind of game where sometimes it's better to run away. It's just worth mentioning. Because you might die. Death is ever present in a game of Call of Cthulhu. And the last thing that's important when we talk about Lovecraft is our sanity. We are coming up against existential cosmic horrors. You may or may not be mentally capable of processing some of the things you experience. When something happens that might cause you to struggle to cope, you'll have to make a sanity check. So you have a sanity stat. You'll need to roll, and to succeed, you'll want to roll under your sanity. And if you fail, you will lose a certain number of points of sanity. If you ever lose 5 in one go, you have a temporary break with reality. And we will talk about how that manifests, if and when it happens. And if you ever lose a total of 1/10 of your sanity points, you become indefinitely insane. You can no longer function in the world because you have seen too much horror. And it's basically like a death.
And that's cumulative, right?
So, just for example, I have 40 sanity points. How many do I have to lose to completely lose it?
1/10 of that.
So if I lose 4...
You're insane.
You break.
You only start with 40? That's terrible.
Yeah, mine's 50.
I've got 40. It says insane as 8.
Oh, it should say. So if you lose that number, so whatever, it's so good. It is on there. So if you lose that number of points total of sanity, you will completely lose your mind.
So maybe, is it 20% then maybe?
It might be 20% because the automatic calculation on the character sheet, 70, it says 14. It's insane.
Perfect.
So
That's a bit more. That's a bit more forgiving. Still pretty rough though.
it's still rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit better than I had in my head.
I mean, I feel like I've lost far more than 20% of my sanity at this point, and I'm still kicking.
Yeah, in general.
So-
Yeah.
It was gone within the first year of the podcast.
Oh, geez. What are we? We're year 5.
Just hanging on by a thread.
So that's basically everything you need to know to get started playing Call of Cthulhu. And so, unless there are any questions before we roll into it, I will take us to our setting. Yeah. November 26th, 1924. You have been working tirelessly with shovel, spade, and trowel in the Egyptian Valley of the Kings. The sun beats down upon you as you carefully unveil the facade of an ancient structure cut deep into a cliff face, buried by the sands of several millennia. Your party of contracted laborers works like busy ants, and soon a doorway is uncovered. You stand proudly at the top of 13 steps that descend to an entryway covered by a large stone slab. So I'd love, just one at a time here, go in whatever order you'd like, to hear who everyone is and what you might be doing or thinking in this exact moment as this large stone slab has been uncovered on your Egyptian expedition.
Well, I'm Bonnie Hopkins, and I'll start first because as Papa has funded my dig in Egypt, and I'm so excited because the team thinks we found an entrance to a previously unknown necropolis. I've pursued all the studies I need without having to work. Papa is a very generous father, and I'm the dilettante Bonnie Hopkins, of course, from New York City. I reside in England, but I talk like this, so, because I can't do a British accent.
I love it. You're from New York, you live in London. That makes sense to me as a very rich person with like
There's so
money.
much out there we're unaware of, and life is just like free to live on my own terms because of Papa. And if anything were to happen to Papa, I would probably, I don't know what I would do.
Come into a lot of money.
And so I hired you guys. I'm assuming. Who else did I bring with me to the archaeology dig?
Hey, I'm Sam Cooper. They call me Scoop. Yeah, I'm a journalist. I'm trying to make a name for myself. This is great. I work for the Daily Telegraph. I'm gonna come down here and get a great story, make my dad proud, make my dad proud of me. See, I slip up on my words from time to time. I didn't say I was a good speller.
You should just say Papa.
No, I don't call him Papa. I call him Pops. And that's all. That's all I got.
Well, I'm Shirley Sherbottom. When I was hired for this expedition, it was a dream come true. This is everything I would hope for. It wasn't going so well at first. We weren't finding anything, but now we've found this door. This is going to be my big break. I'm going to make it big. Everybody's going to know the name Shirley Sherbottom for sure.
Because your occupation is?
Archaeologist. I'm here to discover all the things because archaeology is my life.
I will be playing Guillaume Lhomme, or Loam. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but William the
your
guy.
name.
William the guy.
He's a professor of languages, so he can pronounce things however he wants to pronounce them. Because he knows more than y'all about all the
As long
words.
as he does it smugly.
Yes. No, don't you worry. He has spent years of studying Egyptian hieroglyphs, so he is on cloud 9 right now at this dig site and is very excited to be able to show off with everything he knows about what we discover here. Leland, you may proceed.
Oh, thank you so much, good sir. Thank you so much, good Lom. I am playing ex-Sergeant Vane Bonner. He was a little dishonorably discharged from the military, but he's served in Egypt, so he's very well versed with the sands. And to combat the environment, he of course wears basically like a rebreather, like a little mask on his face. He's got very, sharp blonde, coiffed hair, vividly blue eyes. He's very much into himself, living up to his first name. Some say I was born with it. But maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
No.
I'm picturing like a Dune mask on you.
Yeah. He's been on the spice. He's got blue spice eyes.
Like
for
the
sure.
blue spice eyes, the mask, the voice. I wonder where that comes from.
He's obviously here for, security and the muscle. It's important to him to basically prove himself to Bonnie being the boss, essentially. So he's going to try to insert himself into every situation that he thinks would be applicable to his background immediately, and with intense confidence that he will succeed in whatever it is he attempts.
Great. Well, as your party here stands outside this uncovered large stone slab, the laborers, the locals who you have hired to do all of the difficult work of uncovering this discovery, stand back and begin to construct a primitive pulley system. They attach it to the slab and hoist the hefty stone blocking the tomb's entrance into the sky. Stale air from the dark hallway invites you inside with a promise of untold treasure. Just as a note, this is almost to the day 2 years after the King Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered, which may have been a bit of the impetus for you wanting to do your own adventure here, your own investigations, because hey, if we found that and all of those riches, who knows what else is here, buried in Egypt. You excitedly, the five of you, rush inside into the darkness. You are mere steps away from fame, fortune, the discovery of a lifetime. As the five of you enter the ancient chamber, you suddenly hear a cry of alarm from one of the laborers. The stone slab behind you suddenly slams to the ground, and you are plunged into total darkness. I'm going to need everyone from the shock of this to make a sanity roll. You're going to roll your your d10s and hope to roll under your sanity stat there.
But Keeper, I was born in the dark.
Really walked into that one.
Yeah, you kind of did. I got an 88, which is far below my sanity of 50.
Oh, all
Or
right.
far above, I mean.
I thought you were joking. I'm safe. I got a 16.
Yeah, I got an 11 out of 40.
Oh, very good, very good.
Guillaume has rolled a 74, and his sanity is 60.
So, as we previously discussed, Shirley's sanity is 40, and I rolled a 93.
Woo, not quite a fumble. So we got two of y'all are fine. So for those of you who passed, I believe that was Scoop and Bonnie, you will lose 1 point of sanity. And for those of you who failed, you will lose 2 points of sanity.
So now next roll, we have to roll under the new number, correct?
Yes, correct. So it gets worse and worse as you see more and more horrors.
Yep. I don't expect to be hanging on to my wits for very much longer.
But you're about to discover your lifetime's work.
So we're in complete darkness right now?
You are in complete darkness. 3 of you have shouted or yelped out involuntarily from the shock of what's happened. Despite that, Bonnie and Scoop, you can both, having held on to your wits just a little bit better than your companions, you can hear muffled voices coming from the other side of the slab, but you are in complete darkness right now.
Quick, someone! Get a light! It's dark!
I grab Guillaume. It's gonna be okay. They got people. They're gonna dig us out. We're gonna be fine.
Qu'est-ce que
I have a
c'est?
box of matches. Does anyone
Light it.
have anything?
Oh,
Well,
wait,
I can't
here,
just
I
light
have
a match.
I have a candle. Here, light it, please. Light it.
I can't
I-
see the
I have
candle.
a-
Hold
Where are
on
you?
a second.
Where are you?
I have a cigar.
Wait, I got some matches here somewhere.
I can light the way. I want to fire off one of my bullets into the darkness to make a flash of light so we get a brief...
She just lit a match.
Oh.
I did light a match to see the candle, to light the candle, but it's okay.
Sorry, it's already flying. I'm using one of my bullets.
Okay.
We're gonna run away anyways. We can use these bullets on other things.
Let's take this one at a time. So first,
Leland always
we
does
have
the dumbest things when he's a player.
Bonnie pulls out a match as Shirley pulls out a candle, and as they're in the middle of trying to light this candle.
Paula, you missed. Guillaume pulled out a cigar.
Oh, Guillaume's pulled out a cigar, but no match. But Scoop is patting, I think, his pockets down, trying to find his box of matches. And as all this happens, I believe, Vane, you pull out your gun and you shoot into the darkness.
Yes.
Make a firearms roll.
I think I know why you
For
were
me.
dishonorably discharged.
Oh my gosh.
My gun's about to dishonorably discharge here if I hit somebody.
And I would love everyone else to make a luck roll as the gun goes off. Are you able to not drop, again, startled by the sudden potential flash of light and sound in this very closed-in area?
No.
Are you able to not drop the things you're holding? Vane,
Oh no.
how did your firearms roll go?
Okay, so it looks like firearms specifically refers to rifle and shotgun, right? So my revolver has its own percentage, which looks like is actually going to play into my favor because it's a little higher. It's 60%, although I still rolled an 83.
I rolled terribly as well. Oh my gosh. Can we restart? Oh my
No
gosh.
safes coming.
That's what it feels like I need to do right now. I had 60, but I rolled a 94.
Do you want more luck or less luck?
You want
Well, the higher
more
the luck
luck
you have, the easier it is to roll under it, right?
Well, if that's the case, I have 50 luck points, and I rolled 50. So is it the same and less?
Yes, meets it beats it. Well, I don't know that's exactly actually now that I think, but yes, if you want to hit the amount or under it. So, okay, first we have
So I
a
get shot.
failed firearms.
I
Well,
die.
I think here's the thing is you think that you're going to have like a little flash of light from the gun going off, but it actually doesn't really it's not helpful at all. Like, it doesn't really work, and you
Imagine
can't really
that.
see anything. And then everyone's like, ears are ringing, and the bullet actually, you hear it like hit stone, and like dust and little bits of rocks from the ceiling kind of down on you just a little bit from that.
I have determined there is stone in front of us.
Shirley's screaming at this point. It's like, what's going on? What was that? It's dark.
We don't usually fight wars in the dark.
Now, did anyone succeed in their luck rolls?
Oh, heck no. Not even close.
I rolled a 97.
Two of us are doomed.
Everything is dropped to the floor. Just the cigar is on the ground.
Even my cigar?
Yeah.
Yes.
With a 97, your cigar is on the ground, and it's now
It
been
gets trampled.
Oh.
So you aren't going to be able to. I mean, it's in bad shape. You probably don't really want to try and smoke it anymore. Bonnie has dropped her match. The candle's on the ground. And while all of this is happening, I would like Bonnie and Scoop, because you were just slightly more in control of yourselves than the other three when all of this happened, because you could hear the muffled voices outside on the other side of this stone slab. I would love for you guys to make a listen roll. There's so much chaos going on. I think you have to make it with a penalty die. So that means you're going to roll I think it's your tens die twice and take the worst result.
Oh, okay.
Shall I fire again?
No!
So in my case, I have a 50 and listen, so
I
I
have
have to
a
roll a
30.
25 or better with disadvantage.
You need to roll a 50 or lower, but basically at disadvantage, yeah.
90, 80.
So 91 or an 81. Okay, so
Definitely
that's
failed.
definitely a failure to be able to hear
I had a 65, and I have a 50.
Now, if you want, I'm not suggesting you do it. You can either push and try again. You would have to somehow justify how you are listening harder, or you could spend 15 luck points to get this to 50. Now, I'm only bringing it up to remind you of the mechanic. You do not need, I'm not suggesting you do that right now.
If I push my luck, I still have to roll the other die. It's like with disadvantage again, right?
I'll let you just roll again at a straight roll. If you spend 15 luck points to get it down to 50, your 65 to 50, you will just succeed. But then you will have 15 less luck.
Okay, so I reach down, I sort of drop my matches, and I'm leaning down. I sort of put my hand to my ear and go, I thought I heard somebody. And then I just try to listen a little closer. Is my
Pushing
justification.
your face up against the stone
Yes.
slab, cupped by your hand to like a cartoon, where they put a cup against the
Yeah,
wall or
exactly.
whatever.
This isn't real life. It's not gonna work.
I got big hands. It really works well. All right.
Big cans.
You got big cans.
Big
Look at them cans.
Look at my clams.
I roll a 50.
Oh my gosh!
I'm choosing not to do either. Before he even did that, but
Probably fine. Wow, that's great. So yes, now focused in harder, using your hands to cup around your ears, you're able to hear a little more than just muffled sounds of speech. You can actually hear that it sounds like some of the laborers, some of the locals you hired to help you are laughing. Like they're happy
hate us.
this has happened. There are a few voices that sound angry, like they're getting in an argument with the people laughing. But worst of all, the longer you listen, the further away the voices get. And you can tell that they have left.
Hey, did you guys hear? They're laughing at us. But,
I can't hear
I think they're
anything. The
leaving.
freaking gun was in my ear.
oh my God, I'm going to write something up bad about these guys. They ain't getting no more work after this.
Find your candle, Shirley, and I light another match.
Oh, where's my candle? I can't see it. It's dark. I can't see anything in the dark.
If I lit the match, I could probably see it.
I think you can probably see just enough to be able to find the candle on the ground with a match lit.
Nobody shoot their gun. We have a candle.
So we should shoot the candle?
And I, take the candle from her, or whoever has it. I want to be the one with the candle. I'm in charge here. And if my employees are laughing at us, and they've left, we need to figure out a way out of here. And you all need to start acting like professionals.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Okay,
Professor.
I'm ready for this.
Guillermo, look for hieroglyphics. Look for signs. Scoop, I'm not really sure why you're here. Shirley, see if there's any treasure. And Vane, stick with me. You must protect.
Yes, Miss Hopkins.
I have another candle. Let me get this lit. We can each have a candle. Let me light off yours.
Fine.
All right, so you have 2 lit candles. Everyone make an intelligence roll for me. This should be one of your main stats.
Firstly, it's Guillaume, and secondly, has anyone
Did I
seen
call
my
you
cigar?
Guillermo? What did
Yes,
I call
you
you?
did. Yes, you did.
I love that Bonnie thinks his name is Guillermo. Guillaume, you go, has anyone seen my cigar? I think you pick your own foot up and see that it is, in fact, was crushed under your own.
I put my foot back down and kind of kick it behind me to sort of destroy the evidence of what I've done, or hide the evidence.
I see what he does, and I turn around and take a picture of it.
You do have just enough, I think, on your sheet, I think you have enough flash powder for 4...
3 flashes.
3 flashes.
Oh, perfect use of.
Well,
Guys,
yeah,
we're in the
I got
middle
the
of an
important stuff.
intelligence roll. What the heck is going on?
Not intelligence.
All right, I passed my intelligent roll.
Wonderful.
I got a 43 out of a 60.
I passed as well.
Anyone who has passed knows you know it's 1924. Obviously there's electricity and things happening, but you still do use candles, and you know the type of candle, the size of the candle, is that each of these candles is probably going to last you about an hour.
Good thing we lit them all right away, idiots.
I have 2 more, bitch.
Fine. Give them to me.
No, they're my candles. And I start walking down the hallway.
I would like to put myself in front of Shirley and try to stop her, so she will hand over the candles. Miss Hopkins asked for something.
It's fine, Vane. It's fine. Leave it, but, perhaps you should go in front. You're the one with the guns.
I can light the way. Cock my revolver back.
No, take my take my candle. Oh my gosh, Mr. Bonner.
I take out my notebook. I'm writing stuff down. Hey, Guy, how do you spell incompetent?
Do you need me to take away your pen? This is the best discovery of my life. This is what I've been
that's why I'm
working
here.
toward. I've worked so hard. Papa would be so proud.
I've noticed that my name has been missaid twice now. I'm not sure where the confusion is coming from.
Say it again.
It's Guillaume. Thank you.
Hey, look how I spelled it.
No, Neom.
Yeah, that's kind of close.
Geeohm.
Yes, Guillaume.
Oh,
Yo,
interesting. Ohm, like resistance. I quite like that.
Everyone follow Vane.
So, okay, so is anyone, where are the candles right now? Is everyone moving away from the entrance? Is anyone looking around at the entrance where you are?
Giving mine to Vane so that he doesn't shoot his gun.
Okay.
Just
I am
literally,
only
that's why.
interested in finding where my bullet hit.
I have a candle and I'm
Got
examining
it.
the walls to see if there's anything on the walls.
I will be beside Shirley as well to see if I can see any writing or hieroglyphs.
I'm in the back documenting all of it.
So you're all moving away from the main entrance where you're the slab that is trapped, and you're moving down away from that entrance.
Sure.
So you start to see in this flickering candlelight a dark hallway. Just enough light is being cast by the candles that you feel like it's probably like, I don't know, like 25 feet long. You could do that kind of, humans can do that kind of math in their head, right? They look at a hall and they're like, yeah, that's 25 feet. I feel like that's a thing only RPG characters are able to measure, but
Yeah, Emily can't do that.
Vane
that's for
measures
sure.
in himself, so that's about 4 veins. 4 veins long.
4 veins?
He's a giant.
It just off at the very end, right around foot 24, there's like vague shapes of what might be furniture or something. This kind of looks like down there, but right around you immediately, the candlelight is illuminating the walls of this passageway, which are covered in damaged and faded hieroglyphs. There are cracks running through many of the frescoes. And if Vane wants to make a spot hidden to see if you can find where your bullet hit, you are welcome to. And anyone else is able to do whatever you think might be helpful in this moment.
85 is a fail. Wow, I'm rolling very high.
We're used to D&D, we're like, yes.
Yeah, did you not get the memo?
I picture Vane like going over to the wall of like hieroglyphs and like running his hands like along all of them, like trying to feel for a bullet hole, and you can't find it, but you are able to see like where these cracks are. They're actually somewhat like, they're wide enough cracks that you can see that there's like dark empty spaces behind whatever this wall is.
Is the candle
Don't
in your
touch
mouth then?
Don't touch that. Stop. Get your hands off.
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well, I got my mask on, so it's,
Okay. Oh,
I've tucked
shoot.
it into the strap of my mask,
gosh.
so it's like a head lantern.
Guillermo, tell me what these say.
Just to clarify, you said the workers that were with us, we heard them traveling away from us. were they trapped on the other side of the wall outside, or have they gone further into the tomb?
Well, they're free outside.
Yeah, they're free.
I don't think they're trapped outside.
They're not trapped.
The door shuts and they all scream.
They're trapped
No!
outside of the
How will we ever
tomb
get
that were
in?
free inside.
You've literally, so there were on the outside, and then there were these steps down that had been uncovered, and then the slab leading into this tomb that had been lifted up. But your group were the only ones who actually went into the entrance. All of the hired locals had stayed outside on the other side of the slab that you know of, yes.
Their loss. Okay.
So Bonnie's gonna immediately be like, Guillaume, please translate. What does this mean?
Guillaume kind of pinches his nose in frustration.
I said it right.
And then sort of just shakes his head and presses on.
Shirley's gonna try and stop Vane from touching the wall. Like, don't touch the paint. Leave it alone. And that's why he can't find his bullet, because, like, Shirley's, like, knocking his hands away.
Keep your hands to yourself, Miss Sherbottom. Miss
You-
Hopkins!
you too.
Yes.
I found a cavity.
Like in your tooth?
The human body has many painful cavity points, but that is not to which I refer. I'm gonna, like, put the candle into this crack. Try to, like, get it in as far as I can.
Save the candle. Guillaume, what are we looking at? Come on. Chop chop.
Am I able to recognize any of the hieroglyphs on the wall?
Yeah, why don't you make a language, Egyptian hieroglyphs, which I believe is a specific skill you have. And while you're doing that, Vane, you put the candle up to the crack, and you can see into the cavity that there's like a small hole that it opens up into, and it looks like there is something in there, like a, like it's like probably like, I'm trying to, for our audio listener, it's like this big. How much? It's like almost
2
like
feet, 3
toddler
feet?
sized, I would
like
say,
a yard.
in there maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-3 feet tall, linen wrapped package.
And Shirley be like, don't stick your candle in there. And then she'll see when it's lit up. And she's like, oh, stick your candle in there farther. Wait, what is that?
What are you seeing? What are you seeing
I'm gonna
there?
try to throw the candle further into this
No.
cavity.
No.
You throw it in, and as the candle clinks against like the back wall of this hole, the flame goes out.
Of course.
How
Damn it!
how did your hieroglyphs, Egyptian hieroglyphs language roll go, Guillaume?
So, I rolled a 33, and my Egyptian hieroglyphs is 70, so less than 35 would be a good one of some sort, I
Yeah,
think.
that's a hard success, I believe.
Yes,
So you're
that's what I said.
looking at these etchings on the wall, and you can tell that they seem to tell a story. They depict a pharaoh who appears to possess great powers beyond those of ordinary mortals. The disjointed images on the panels show him smiting those who do not follow him, and that many suffered and perished under his rule.
Oh my, there was a very powerful pharaoh that I believe this tomb belongs to. Goodness me.
What's it say? Spit it out. Spit it out.
Well, it's not so much words as it is, it's like,
Can you use words to tell me what it says?
In how many languages?
once upon a time,
I've heard this one.
long ago, it all began.
In a land far, far away.
Yes, quite right, yes.
You know hieroglyphs too?
I'll fast forward a little bit for you, but there was a pharaoh who
Is it
was...
Akhenaten, the lost pharaoh?
It's hard to say. It might be Ramses the First. I don't know. But yes, he was not very kind, it seems, and was smiting down all who opposed him.
Akhenaten. It's gotta be Akhenaten. We're gonna be richer. Oh, I'm already rich. I'm sorry.
Vane, can you pry this block out so we can get in there?
Of course.
Does it look structurally sound? Is this appropriate?
If you want, Vane, you can make a strength check to see if you can break open this crack a little bit larger to maybe get your candle back and potentially pull out whatever's inside this kind of hole in there. Or just say this is going to require a hard success. But if Guillaume, if you wanted to offer some sort of aid.
Oh, I will definitely help him.
I don't picture the professor of linguistics being super ripped or anything.
If you need help, Vane, I can. I've read about feats of strength, and I can certainly critique your form.
Perhaps you stick your arm in there, and I will use it as a lever.
Well, no, I do think maybe you could get your center of gravity a little bit lower. The way your back is rounded over, that doesn't look quite right to me.
Does anyone carry a crowbar?
I'm gonna walk up and sort of just like put my hand on his lower back to try and push it in a little bit. Yeah, just
so sensually.
a little bit. There you go.
Yes, that feels nice.
Yeah, does this feel actually helpful, or is it getting in the way of what you're doing?
Let's see. Essentially, I'm picturing I'm just basically doing a row. I'm rowing this wall towards me. So, yeah, I don't really want a curved back when I do it. I think this helps.
Okay, you know what? Just from that beautiful justification, I'll let you roll this with a bonus die, so you can roll your tens twice and take the better result.
You are welcome.
Okay, well, thankfully for the bonus die, I got a 46. My strength is 80.
That's almost a hard success. I think you're going to
Almost, not
need to, if you want to succeed, because you need a hard success to do this, you can spend 6 luck points to get it down to 40.
I absolutely shall.
Great. So with this bit of effort and the almost like weight belt kind of support being offered to you by Guillaume, a section of this etched wall that's right here on the edge where the cracks are comes away in your hands, revealing small opening. It's almost like you've pulled like kind of like a plaster layer off of an opening. It's 2 feet wide. And then you can now see that it goes about 4 feet deep into the rock wall to make this hole. And inside, now, if you want, you can reach out. You can find your candle, and you can pull out, if you want, a small linen-wrapped package. The one I said before, that's about, again, I'd say like
Toddler
2 feet
size.
tall. Toddler size. It is not a toddler. It is toddler sized. Just to be clear, it is it is not a.
As soon as Vane opens that section, Shirley is going to push her way in and hand her candle. Guillermo, hold this. Let me in there. Let me in there.
Vane will attempt to prevent you from grabbing the box.
Get out of the way.
If I have to physically restrain you, I will attempt to do so.
Just don't let Vane have a candle.
This is Miss Hopkins' discovery.
It of course is a Hopkins discovery.
Scoop! Get a picture of this. As Miss Hopkins picks up the toddler-sized box.
Let's stand in the picture for credit, obviously.
Okay, move over a little bit.
Stomp my foot and walk away.
Okay, we're gonna count it down now. Smile.
Miss Hopkins poses.
Thumbs up. Oh, I like it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Got it. Oh, that's gonna come out good.
The flash powder goes off. So your second one. Now everyone's like got little spots of light in their eyes, as they're kind of like slightly blinded by this photo. Shirley, if you want to use this moment to try and
Sneak
get
past.
in there and pull this thing out,
Yes.
you're welcome to try. As they're all slightly blinded by the photo.
Scoop! I wasn't smiling.
I am more blinded by ambition.
So yes, I will dart in and examine. I'm not going to grab it. I'm just going to examine it first.
It is wrapped in linen. This small body, kind of shape.
It's not a
looks like
toddler.
it's not a toddler.
Legally distinct
mummy,
from a toddler.
legally distinct from a toddler, wrapped small mummy with a painted wooden dog head protruding from the bandages.
Guillaume, get in here.
Yes, what is it?
Look at the carving. Isn't this exquisite? I don't know what it is, but look at it.
It's a very good boy.
If you'd like to make an archaeology or a history roll to see if you can discern exactly what it is, you are welcome to.
We've moved on from the octopus dice because they were not doing well. 34. Yes. My archaeology is a 70.
Nice. Yeah, you know, Shirley, that Egyptians often left animals as offerings in shrines dedicated to their gods, and that this is a mummified dog that was left here as an offering in this tomb, and that there probably are other ones behind other cracks.
Can I do an occult check?
Sure, yeah.
That's a pass, 27. I have a 60.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so for this specifically, you just get the feeling that there's nothing about this that feels strange, really. It just feels like culturally like part of what was done. Though you do get this sense that like the description of the pharaoh that Guillaume gave you from the hieroglyphs, the etchings, does seem like slightly more negative than you would expect from something like this. But that's kind of the feeling that you get.
Oh my.
Guillaume, help me. We'll carry this out into the other room.
Where's the pharaoh? This is not worth it.
Oh, don't despair. This is quite significant, I'm sure. And if not, we can certainly spin some tales to make sure that people believe it is.
Oh, I like your thinking. Oh, okay. I just really want some, recognition.
We'll have Scoop write a puff piece, Miss Hopkins.
The pharaoh's probably farther in. We just have to keep searching. But this is magnificent. This is by itself a wonderful find. We can do so much research on just this alone. But we need to keep looking.
There's a good chance if I get a really good cut here, this story's gonna be great.
I mean, if it ever makes the light of day.
I like your journalistic integrity, Scoop.
Thanks!
Guillaume, carry that and we'll continue down.
Oh, I'm a little bit disinterested already. Let's find something better.
Next dig site.
So if you would like, you can make your way further down this passageway toward where you saw kind of like those vague shapes of things.
I will collect the discarded candle and then relight it, and I'll start to lead the way again.
I told you, you can't have candles anymore.
I'll drop the candle and take a double-handed stance on my pistol then.
Okay, never mind.
I'll pick up the candle.
No.
I'll pick up the candle. I'll light everything up from back here.
So as you make your way down the passage, you get to the far end of this passageway, and illuminated by the candles, you do see a sealed archway etched with symbols and hieroglyphs. There are on the ground several sections of plaster kind of scattered about. What looked like vague furniture shapes before, you now see are definite furniture shapes, an ornate table, and a golden chest that sit in front of the archway. And you can see actually where the reason that there's kind of chunks of plaster all around is that on the bottom left corner of this archway that has been plastered over, someone looks like they have like broken through, and so that there's like just enough of an opening that you could kind of crouch or crawl through that opening.
Hey, my grandma's got a chair just like that. Hand it down.
A family
Guillermo.
heirloom.
We need more information. This looks promising. Akhenaten is in there. I can feel it.
Someone crawl through the hole.
Not yet. We need to find out what this says first.
Yeah, I will try to read whatever I can glean from this.
Yeah, so to see this, you can make either a hieroglyphs roll or an occult roll.
Mechanically, like my hieroglyphs stat is far better. Would there be a reason why I would want to lean toward an occult instead?
Really, probably I should have just said make your hieroglyphs roll. And then I'll tell you how I should have probably said it the first time.
Unfortunately, Guillaume's a little bit distracted by the good doggo that we've already found. So I rolled a 72, and my hieroglyphs is 70.
Now, you could spend 2 luck if you wanted, but what I will tell you right now, I'm going to tell you to save your luck, because what is clear to you, I mean, you are a professor of languages. You've spent your life studying different languages, including Egyptian hieroglyphs, and these do not look like any hieroglyphs that you have seen. There's something different about them.
Do they look like they're not even Egyptian?
They may not even be Egyptian, and if anyone looking at these wanted to make an occult roll, knowing that your expert in hieroglyphs can't interpret these.
I knew there was occult things going on here. Let me see. Stand back. Give me a candle.
Yeah, this is no Egyptian language that I've ever seen before.
I rolled a 15, so pass.
That sounds like you've passed with flying colors. Yeah, so you recognize these. You know they aren't ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. They are sealing sigils. The kind of thing you would normally see if someone's trying to protect or ward against something.
Now, Guillermo. I do know a little bit of things from here and there, and this is very, very much a sealing symbol, like a ward. There's
But it's on
something
the wall,
great.
not the ceiling.
No. S-E-A-L. Seal. Not the animal.
There's no animals
not
here.
No. Okay, I already said that. But
You see,
something
this
great.
is why language is so important.
Yes, there's something great behind the wall. Go get it, Vane. Mr. Bonner, do your thing.
But wait, sealing, as in to contain.
Yes. A treasure! We have to look! Come on!
But if it's contained, do we want to uncontain it?
I attempt to break whatever Miss Hopkins tells me to break.
Well, you do know there is already a broken bit at the bottom of this.
Right. Yeah, we can crawl into. This is where the cavity, right? Another cavity. That's what Vane's specializing in.
Yes, I agree. Vane, you should probably go uncover whatever significant discoveries there are to be had in there.
Yes,
No,
that's
it's
a
my
very good
discovery!
idea.
I must go first! I need to be the one that
Yes,
goes in there!
you go first. You go in there.
Give me the candle!
They all continue to bicker with each other. I think we're all going to die. Period.
Miss Hopkins, I shall be right behind you.
Are you mentioning I'm the hero and that I'm going in first? It's my discovery. It's mine.
Sure thing, you got the bucks.
I will certainly include your surnames in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th position on the publication. I assure you.
I get on my hands and knees to start crawling with the candle that I stole from someone in my teeth.
I'm right behind her.
All right, so the two of you crawl through. Is everyone else just waiting on the other side, or are you also crawling through?
Oh, I'm
waiting.
Wait to see what happens.
Vane and Bonnie crawl through this small opening that's been broken through the seal of this archway and enter a room that once you kind of get through and you stand up and you hold your candle up, this is the largest space you've been in so far, so that what's on the other end of the room you can just barely see from your candlelight. But what you can see is right around you a room filled to the brim with stacks of treasures that reach almost to the ceiling. a couch, chairs, tables, stone tablets, statuettes, musical instruments, tapestries, vases, sealed jars, bowls, just chests. There's a chariot made of gold in the corner right across from you. Filled with treasures.
Just looks like the cavern in like Aladdin.
Aladdin's
That's where my
vault,
mind
yeah.
goes. Yeah.
Miss Hopkins,
We've done it!
How interested are you in sharing these spoils? I just brandish my gun. Perhaps we get rid of the other individuals. Yes?
Vane, do not. But we could claim a bigger portion since we
I
are
will
risking...
take your hesitation as an affirmation.
No. Vane, do not. No, shh. Let's be quiet and explore. We'll be right back.
I'll take out my knife. I can do this quietly as well.
Oh my gosh. Vane, no. And I just go in and stand up. I'm not in control of him, I guess, at this point.
You said no. Vane doesn't make any move to get back out to the others. He'll just continue to follow Bonnie.
Great. So as you make your way around the room, it kind of goes off to the east. So you've been going kind of like straight ahead, and now it kind of like this room is like perpendicular to where you just were. So as you move your way,
I would like to clarify that I would walk and sort of like get to a point of touching some treasure, and then I would like to call for Scoop to take a picture of me, just to show the discovery that I have made.
great. Yeah. So as you're moving around, you want to call out for Scoop.
I'll be like, Scoop! And I'm like scooping gold like a Donald Duck or whatever.
Scrooge McDuck.
Or it's not Donald Duck.
So I can climb through the hole?
Yeah. You can either like crawl or kind of crouch. All of you would be able to fit through.
So I get in there, I sort of... Yeah, pick something up. Put it in your hand.
No, let me crawl to the top. I want to be like a conqueror.
Sure, that'd be a great shot. Yeah. Oh, crap! I left the lens cap on for the last 2 shots. Well,
What?
this one'll be good, though.
Take it off. Oh, dear.
All right.
Miss Hopkins, is my offer not becoming more enticing?
All right, I got you lined up. Climb higher. Higher. Get up on the top of that little pointy thing there.
Are you climbing up here?
Yes, I'd like to
This
try.
pile of stacked treasures. Okay,
Yes.
make a climb. You actually have a climb stat. So why don't you make a climb roll to see if you're able to do this?
I cannot, but can I push my luck?
Sure you can if you
'Cause that
want.
was a 79. I need 30 or below.
Yes, if you would like to push this, describe for me how you try even harder to properly climb.
Can I try to give her a boost?
Sure, yeah. Maybe you see her start to wobble.
I was gonna say, I tried to like physically walk, but I'm sinking. So it turns into more of like a crab crawl, like on all fours situation, and then I guess Vane boosts
I
my
attempt
bum.
to expertly fire a bullet to catch the collar of your shirt
Oh,
to
no.
propel you forward.
Stop it with the guns, Vane!
I'll just have like laced fingers and like try to catch her or whatever to boost her.
Boost her up on top of these treasures, these stacked rugs and furniture and golden chests. All right, make another.
What does the 0-0 mean?
The 0 is a 0-0.
So I have a 2 and a 0-0.
You rolled
Oh,
a
yeah.
2, so that's almost like a crit. I can't believe it. I was so ready to make you fall and take damage.
I know,
Yeah,
I was ready to fall. I was ready to fall.
Scramble to the top of this pile, and with a roll like that, I'll even let you know that as you're climbing up these things, you've noticed it kind of doesn't feel like you were the first person to do this. There is stuff around you. Now that you're grabbing onto items as you're climbing up, you can tell that some of these things are broken. Like someone has moved through this room in a way that did not show care for the items inside of it.
Scoop, take the photo, quick!
So there is a photography skill.
Yeah, let's see how good of a picture you take.
It's dark in here. You got a do you have a candle with you?
I do have a candle.
Illuminate your face?
Yeah, I think I maybe dropped it when I went on all fours. I don't know. But I'll find like a chalice and pretend to be drinking out of it or something for the photo.
Okay. But since it's so dark in here and you don't have a candle, we probably won't see you. But that's not important right now.
Just aim it at the pile. You have a flash.
Okay, here we go. I got an 82, and my photography skill is 60.
You are going to find out if you know that if you get out of here, you are going to develop this photo. And if that happens, you're going to realize that it actually went off like while you were sort of moving. You hadn't set yourself. So you've gotten a picture, but it's real streaky and blurry and
Got my finger in a way.
Your thumb's in it. You don't know that yet, but if you get out and you develop this photo, you're going to be disappointed. Yeah.
I got it! Perfect! It's gonna be on the front page!
Amazing. By the way, it looks like I'm not the first to climb this pile. Things appear to be broken or stepped on. I'm not quite sure this is good enough treasure if it's broken. Oh, Papa will be so upset.
Shall I retrieve the others, Miss Hopkins?
Yeah, what are Guillaume and Shirley doing?
I want to examine the furniture that's out here first.
The gold chest is really heavy. You probably would not be able to pick it up on your own. It isn't locked, so if you want to try and open it, you can. And when you look at the table, it is just rotted away. Like, at first glance, you're like, oh, this is so lovely. But as you get a closer look at it, it's wooden and it's rotting.
Oh, what a shame on this table. Guillaume, help me out with this chest. Let's see what's inside.
I'll come over and does it look like there's any writing or hieroglyphs or any sort of symbology on the chest?
It actually doesn't. It doesn't look like there's anything like that on there. And if either or both of you want to make an archaeology roll as you are looking at this table and this chest, you are welcome to.
29. And I have a 70 in archaeology.
Yeah, you definitely know. I mean, this is your field of expertise, Shirley. And it suddenly strikes you as odd that neither of these items actually feels like they belong to any known period of Egyptian history. And it's kind of weird that they're here.
Guillaume, do these feel Egyptian to you? Seems a little out of place, don't you think?
Well, there's a distinct lack of any language on it, so I couldn't quite say.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Because it would have some kind of something on it.
Ah, that's very astute of you. Let's take a quick peek inside.
Let's see what's inside.
Yeah, you're able to open the chest, no problem. And inside it's just a few loose beads.
I'm going to pour over these beads like I've never seen a bead before in my life. And I'm going to examine every inch of these beads.
Oh, beads to fill the cavity.
They kind of look like just like...
Too bad I don't have any string.
like discarded bits of treasure. They just they look like just normal beads. Like maybe there used to be something else in here.
Oh, what could these be from? All the possibilities, all the things that are beaded that these could have fallen off of. What do you think, Guillaume?
They look fairly ordinary to me, to be honest.
They have no discernible language on
them. So that's all that's in here is the table and the chest?
Yeah, that's all that's there. The table, the chest, some broken bits of plaster, and then the hole through. And the longer you stay there, the more like stale the air is kind of feeling. It's becoming not particularly pleasant to continue to stay
Guillaume,
in this passageway.
Really?
My apologies. If I don't get my afternoon cigar...
I'll be calling for the others, I think, at this point.
All right, you hear as well Vane calling for you if you would like to. I mean, you can just stay here if you want.
Shirley, I think you should go check on them.
Are you not coming?
Well, I'll be right behind you, of course.
I am a little apprehensive about going through this seal.
I think that's quite normal. Yes.
It's not an animal.
But also excited, so let's go. And I'll crawl through the hole.
Guillaume, what are you? You stay behind here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a few seconds to let her go
Air
through
out.
and listen for any screams.
See if anything. Okay, great. You let me know when you are ready to come through, if you decide that you are. So Shirley crawls through and stands up. Where are the candles? I guess y'all would have had to have had a candle with you when you stayed behind. So we will say you have the other candle. Okay, great.
I have it, so Guillaume's now in the dark.
So now I'm realizing, yes, Guillaume is now in the dark, waiting. But you come through into this room, Shirley, with your candle, and you see what everyone else has seen. All these piled up treasures, and you immediately clock that this room, probably where that table and gold chest came from, that were on the other side of the seal, is full of things that don't feel like they should be in an ancient Egyptian tomb. You also see Bonnie is like perched on top of some stuff, trying to like climb her way back down. Scoop's like, yeah, I got a great picture. Vane's got his gun out. There's something that I think catches your eye, Shirley, as the archaeologist in the group. On the far end of the room here, of this antechamber, and again, it falls off into darkness, but you feel like you see human shapes.
So I'll come in the room and be like, oh my, look at all... Oh, wait. This doesn't... Oh, what's that? And I'll beeline towards the shapes in the back.
What's going on in there? I'm just like bent over, leaning through the hole, kind of just shouting into the void.
Nothing to read here. You're fine.
Move along. Nothing to read here. Move along.
Take a seat on the chair.
It is quite dark in here. Perhaps I'll join you.
Miss Hopkins, that offer still stands.
I hear you, Vane. Let's just wait till we find a way out. You know what I'm saying?
I'll jump up and follow Sherry to see where she's going.
Shirley.
Shirley.
Please
That's
call
what I
me
said.
Shirley.
Sherry.
Please call me Shirley. Shirley and Scoop make their way to the far east side of this antechamber as Guillaume, I believe, crawls through this opening in the seal into the antechamber. As you get to the eastern side of the room, Shirley and Scoop, you see another huge stone slab that blocks an archway that you assume will lead to another chamber. And those human shapes that you noticed before, Shirley, one on either side, like statues standing guard. And as you made your way over, you also noticed that you passed by on the north side of the wall another archway, this one that's open. It looks like whatever plaster had been used to seal it. There's bits of it all over the floor. So there is, to the north, an open archway as well.
Is there any writing anywhere? Any symbols or anything?
There's no writing on this sealed slab, on the slab that seals this archway. It does just block the door. There's no writing, but the closer you get to these two large statues, the two of you realize as you get closer and you're looking to see if there's any writing, that they aren't statues at all. They are actually mummified men who've been impaled on long spears to hold them upright. But they don't have heads. Their heads have been replaced. The one on the left side of the slab has the head of a crocodile attached to it, and the one on the right, the head of a jackal. It is pretty disgusting to see these animal heads stitched onto these mummified bodies on spears. And I'm going to need both of you to make a sanity roll as you gaze upon them.
Like real animal heads?
Yes.
Okay, wow. I very much did not make my sanity roll. My sanity is currently a 38, and I rolled an 89.
Woo! You lose one more point of sanity.
My sanity is now a 39, and I rolled a 98.
Oh, that's. I'm just for now. I'll just have you. You're gonna take.
Fumble him. Fumble him.
Boy,
Fumble him.
that's technically a
Fumble.
fumble.
He's
Yeah,
annoying
so
anyway.
I think there is something about this. Maybe like you and help me. We can figure this out together here, John. But I think there's something about these mummified dead bodies with animal heads stitched to the top, like on you like this really freaks you out for a second.
I used to have a pet crocodile and pet jackal, and they were both very close to me. And to see this is...
And I think for a minute, I think you freeze in place, and you cannot look away. And you lose 1 point of sanity.
Okay, I fall down to my knees, and I just sort of stare at him. Oh
This
my...
is quite disturbing.
The
Yes.
humanity!
How are they? Oh, they're standing up because of. Oh my.
Surely you also notice that each one of them is holding a weapon. The crocodile head mummy is holding a bronze Egyptian battle axe, and the jackal-headed mummy holds a sickle-like sword, which you would know is a khopesh.
Oh, finally some Egyptian stuff. Look at this, Scoop. Look. And this is the finest khopesh I've ever seen. You see the curve on this blade? Oh, it's still sharp too. Oh my.
How far are they from me?
They are all the way across the room, so you can see now. You can kind of see them because they've got a candle with them. But if they didn't have a candle with them, it would be very difficult for you actually to see.
Too far away to butt in and be like, I found this. It's fine.
Scoop, did you Scoop?
Oh, we gotta get away from this stuff. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
Scoop, it's okay. It's okay. Just look over in that archway. See what's over there.
Okay, I sort of back up, scoot back, and sort of go around that
Do the
towards the other
scoop?
archway. Do the scoop scooch.
As you move toward that other archway, the one that's open, all of you suddenly hear the sound of like rock scraping on rock.
Everyone hear that? There's a door opening. It's our way out. We're gonna be richer.
Where'd that come from?
Make a listen roll. See if you can tell.
Jesus.
I cannot. Oh no, I can. 14.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
cannot.
I got a 96.
Oh my gosh. Tom. If you could only roll percentile die like that, it can't be.
I put my fingers in my ears.
No,
listen.
no. Sounds, no. I mean, it makes sense because everything's a little bit scary to Scoop right now. So if Bonnie's the only one who made it, you are the only one who can tell that this scraping sound is coming from the other side of this slab that Shirley is still standing near.
Shirley, be careful. There's something scraping behind that slab.
Oh, is there? I don't.
Just listen.
Can I feel the slab? I want to put my hands on the slab, see if I can feel like any kind of vibration or anything.
Yeah, you do, and it's for the moment gone very quiet, and you don't feel anything.
I swear I heard it. I swear.
Well, I heard it, but I couldn't tell it was coming from here. Are you sure?
I don't know anymore. I just want to get out of here. I need the credit. I can't die in here.
Maybe this way we can get out. Let's go this way. So I'm gonna start towards the open archway.
Yeah, so you go up to this open archway that's on the north side of the room. You can see there are bits of plaster all around where someone or something has already broken through this. And you find yourself entering a small annex. Compared to the antechamber, it feels almost empty, But it does have what look to be religious artifacts. The walls are lined with what Shirley would know to be as funerary cones. So they're 3-inch high, they're made from clay. And then on the southern and northern walls, you notice 2 large murals. And along the eastern wall is a shrine. And this stands out to all of you immediately because on the shrine is an inverted 5-foot-tall golden ankh. And it has golden tendrils reaching out from it. And when you look at it, when you first walk in and you clock this, you swear those tentacles are moving. But then you kind of like look at it, you kind of, double take and you look at it again and they're not. It's really, there's something about it like an optical illusion. You're not sure, but it is unsettling to look at. If anyone wants to make a history, Egyptian language, or occult roll as you look at this, there might be things that you know about it.
I missed that day in history class. I just can't. I keep like looking at it from a different angle, trying to see if I can see it moving again, and I just keep like going back and forth. Like, what is going on with this?
Bonnie attempted an occult roll and is going to push her luck. Unless I can't, because I rolled a 97.
Yeah, you can. You know what? I'll let you push if you can justify how you're going to help yourself.
I'm going to get closer.
Okay.
Does that work for pushing my luck?
Hey, now, you don't want to get close to there. You see those things are moving on the side. Those big things are moving.
Nothing is moving. I know what I'm doing.
I'll give her the candle too.
Okay.
15.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, and Guillaume, did you make a Egyptian hieroglyphs check, or are you letting Bonnie?
Yes, I will. And I passed. I got a 39.
So, the two of you kind of put your knowledge together here. Guillaume, with your knowledge of Egyptian hieroglyphs, you know that the ankh is a symbol that represents life. Usually, that's how it's used in Egyptian hieroglyphs. And Bonnie, your knowledge of the occult, you know that when something like this is inverted, that usually represents like a desecration of what the symbol is supposed to mean. And the fact that this has had tentacles added to it this way, I mean, both of you know that is not part of the normal ankh symbol. And you just get a real sense of malign intent when you look at this.
Yeah, I don't. This doesn't seem right. I don't like the vibes I'm getting here.
I agree with Guillaume. It's, I don't know. Something's not right about this. The tentacles.
Does it look like it's moving?
Certainly looks like it's upside down. I think I can.
Right.
Oh, they moved all right. They moved.
Nothing's moving. Except for this treasure into my pockets.
Miss Hopkins, Professor, step back.
Okay.
As you step back, Bonnie, you actually stumble a little bit over a mat that's on the ground in front of this shrine that you walked up to. As you kind of fumble a little bit over that, you fumble even more as you continue to back up and kind of trip a little bit over a human skeleton that is laying on the mat.
Discovery.
Yeah, make a sanity roll for me, Bonnie. Because you look down, you've just tripped over a human skeleton.
92, I'm not sane right now.
Are decaying. Lose 1 point of sanity.
Can we tell when the clothes are from? Like, if there's...
Ooh, yeah, do you, if you want to look at this, ooh, yeah, so I would say anyone who wants to make a first aid or a medicine check on this skeleton, but you're specifically asking about the clothes, Shirley, so if you instead wanted to make a history check to see if you know, like, what era is the style of this clothing or something like that, you're welcome to. That's really interesting, actually.
I'll definitely try to first aid the body to see if I can figure out like a cause of death or something.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Well, I got a 20 and a 0, so is that just 20?
Yes, that is just 20, yeah.
Okay, my history is 60.
With that, you look at the clothing and you can tell, like, suddenly you're like, oh, these clothes are actually fairly modern. Like, this is a fairly recent style of clothing, probably within the last 10 years.
Well, I believe we found who broke in ahead of us.
What? I don't.
Be sick over there. I don't want you to ruin this mat. This mat is perfect right now. Go over there. Be sick, please.
So I needed a 50 and I rolled a 49. So obviously there's no flesh or anything to examine. So I'm mostly looking for like nicks or weapon marks on the bones and stuff like that.
Yeah, you said you got a 49 under 50?
Yeah, that's right.
You can corroborate. Yeah, this body has been here probably 10 years or less. And as you look closely, you see the skeleton's ribs are crushed. The skull is fractured. Either one of those things probably led to this person's death. And because of that successful roll, you also notice there are small indentations in the bones, almost like what you would expect animal teeth marks to look like.
I see signs of predation and no diligence to protecting one's own cavities, 2 of which appear to be crushed.
So they were eaten.
I rolled a 71 on my first aid, so I'm going to go. I think he might have starved to death.
He is only bone, no skin.
Wasted away.
So you're saying there's a creature in here with us?
Well, I am one of the desert. Some say there are many creatures that will feast upon a carcass.
I didn't mean other than you.
I have imbibed once or twice when necessary, yes.
Near the human skeleton is also a satchel and a small sack that you would notice as you're Shirley would probably have noticed it first, looking at the clothing and such.
Surely.
But Vane would also have noticed it, and even Scoop. Maybe you were distracted by seeing a satchel and a sack there by the body as you were trying to do your first aid check.
I'll take a look. Maybe there's some flash bulbs in here.
What are the chances of that? That seems highly unlikely.
I believe it's 1 in 2. Either they are there or they aren't.
No check necessary to just look inside here. So if you want to look inside the small sack, it's filled with gold and bronze jewelry. Looks really valuable. And if you want to kind of open the satchel next, you see it's got a trowel, a flask half filled with fetid water, a German passport, a stick of dynamite, and a leather-bound journal written in a language that I don't think you probably know, Scoop.
Does the passport say Chester Cobblepot?
The passport, if you open it up, says Sasha Karner. Born August 2nd, 1880. Place of residence, Berlin.
What is a German man doing here?
I'll take the little sack and I'll go, there's nothing in here, but it's a good place to put my camera. Put the camera in there and then put it over my shoulder.
German, you say? Here, let me take a look.
All right, Guillaume starts to look at it, and there is, you see, passport with the information we saw before, but there is a journal. Guillaume, you now have the ability to read these journal entries. If you'd rather someone else read them to share with everyone what you find out.
Yeah, I will read them aloud.
I'll kind of come closer once I stop throwing up.
It seems to be journal entries.
Let me give you just a little bit more information here. So there's multiple entries in this journal. They're dated from 1910 to 1916. They are overall describing Sasha Karner's time as an anthropologist and a recent expedition he went on with a Dr. Gerald Sutton. He speaks of that and actually how wonderful it was to work with Dr. Sutton, who was British, and how helpful that was because Karner is German and this is just post the Great War, and having a British person to help him deal with the authorities he found very helpful as a German post what we would now call World War I. But you notice the last 4 entries of the journal are the ones that seem the most significant, and that's what I've shared with you.
Yes, these stand out to me. One dated the 7th of August, 1916. Word has reached us of fierce fighting north, close to the Suez Canal. Our men are scared enough as it is without the fear of being killed in any crossfire. Their superstitious beliefs have delayed the dig more than once, and I do not care for any further stoppages. We dig tirelessly through the loose sand and rock. We are close. And another here dated the 3rd of September, 1916. Today was glorious. We have found the entrance. Removing the doorway was difficult, but we created a pulley system that allowed us entry. More work greets us inside. Limestone chips have clogged the entirety of the tunnel. I've halted the removal of the stones until I have surveyed the structure and documented what we have learned thus far. Sutton thinks my meticulous records are unnecessary and time-consuming. I think Sutton needs to check his attitude, personally, but I shall continue.
It's a very wise move to document everything. It's very important.
I agree. What are we if we do not have our language? The third, dated the 1st of December, 1916. Finally, the tunnel is now almost clear. Some of the workers have taken a great interest in the damaged hieroglyphs in the passageway. Today we remove the last of the stone chips and explore. The stonework looks unstable, maybe too risky to use the explosives.
Glad they didn't use the explosives, but maybe that means they're in here somewhere. Still.
I do not shy away from a bit of risk.
That could be our way out. We need to find the explosives.
And finally, dated 3rd December 1916. Sutton is dead. The local labor attacked us and broke his neck when he refused to be forced inside the tomb. Beware the children of the Sphinx.
The children of the Sphinx?
Yes, capitalized as well.
I already knew Sutton was dead.
Proper noun, I might wager.
Would I, as an archaeologist, know anything of the children of the Sphinx?
Ooh, as an archaeologist, I don't know that you would, but if anyone has any Cthulhu mythos skill,
I have 0%.
Zero.
most investigators don't. It is rare to have any, but if you do, you might recognize it.
Not Guillaume.
Do you want to, you know what, Shirley, why don't you make a quick luck roll, and let's see if you just happen to know something about them.
Got a 48 and needed a 35.
Yeah, you're not sure. It sounds kind of culty though, Children of the Sphinx.
Maybe I've heard that before, but I can't quite place it. Do go on, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you. It carries on. I plan on waiting a couple of hours in the hope that they will have gone. I'll gather some of the jewelry and then make my escape. This place will not be my tomb. I can hear noises. Something else is in here with me.
This place will not be my tomb!
And as Bonnie shouts this, you hear that scraping sound again, and this time it's followed by a loud clanging.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.